Hi guys, my name's Mia Tanae. Welcome if you're new here. If you're not, nice to see you again. I think we found our thing. How exciting is that? Go us. It is December 21st. I am trying to plan out videos for the next few days because I don't think I'm going to be able to film on Christmas Eve or Christmas. So either a day is going to be skipped or I'm going to have to stack a couple videos. I don't know. But I don't know if I have that in me, to be honest, without burning out and not having anything to say. There's only so much I can say. I am only funny and interesting for so long in a day. I'm just kidding. I'm always funny and interesting 24/7. And that is the truth. Everyone says that. I'm worried people are like boosting my ego. They're like, "Oh, your videos are funny." Like, people have been saying that to me. I swear real people have said that. And so now I'm like, "Oh, I'm funny." No. Shut up. Don't boost my ego like that, because then I'm gonna think I'm funny. Hold on, I feel like there's not enough. Sorry guys, sorry about that. Basically, I was just watching this video where this girl was doing a review of all the movies she's watched this year, and to be so real with you, I always forget that I have Letterboxd. I don't keep up with it consistently at all. But she was talking about Paper Towns. And I just want to talk about that for a second, because I read that book when I was probably about 11 years old, and I think I completely misunderstood that book. That is what happens when you reach a 12th grade reading level in 4th grade, but are still a child, you know? I remember reading Paper Towns and just thinking that you know the character that Cara Delevingne plays in the movie? I don't remember that character's name. But I remember just thinking that she was a total biatch. And I was like, oh, why would she reject him? He came all this way to find her. She ran away, leaving him all these cryptic notes. And then the B word just rejects him? Oh, I was mad. I fear I misunderstood the whole point of the movie and the book. And I didn't realize that till today. It's been 9 years. Just realized today. The point was that you shouldn't romanticize the idea of people, which I agree with that. I can get behind that message. But I thought the message was that Cara Delevingne was a raging biatch. It really sucks that I can't just straight up curse on here. It makes everything sound stupid. Okay, speaking of movies, I feel like I have not watched a good movie this year. Oh, I watched one good movie this year, Little Women, for the first time. Little Women 2019. That got added to my top movie list, which is a very short list. It's carefully curated. I'm totally a cinema person. No, my top movie list, it used to be top 4, but it's now I think top 6 because I have more than 4. I couldn't keep it at 4. It is Barbie, Scream 1996. See right there. I also have a Barbie poster. I don't know where it is. Clueless. See, poster right there. Spider-Man, No Way Home. Little Women 2019. And The Hunger Games Catching Fire. Those are the best movies ever made. Argue with the wall, okay? Go argue with a brick wall. I am not taking criticism. Best movies ever made. As you can see, I do also have 10 Things I Hate About You up there. That is a very close contender to be on the list. I love that movie. I don't know why it's not, but it's just not. It's a great movie. I love that movie so much so that I have a poster of it, but it's not making the list. Sorry, 10 Things I Hate About You. Sorry, Heath Ledger. I love you. You're so beautiful. And rest in peace. But why did I just make that sound like I'm a Heath Ledger super fan? He was a beautiful man and rest in peace, but I'm not a Heath Ledger fan. That's not I'm not some... I don't think I've ever even spoken about Heath Ledger before. I don't know why I did that. I hope he doesn't have any controversy. I hope he doesn't have any controversies, because oh my god, can I not speak? I hope he doesn't have any controversies. You know what I'm saying, right? Because I wouldn't even know. Can we talk about Scream 1996 for a second though? Love that movie to death. It is such a good movie, and I think like everyone can agree with that. I am not like a huge horror movie person. There are a few certain, like, there's a certain type of horror movie I like, and Scream paved the way for the type of horror movie that I like. I love Scream. And like the Drew Barrymore of it all, like in the beginning, like that was iconic. That was iconic, and like I know I'm not the first person to say it, and I won't be the last person to say it, but that was iconic. And then Billy Loomis, come on. Is it bad that I am attracted to Ghostface? I know a lot of people are, but like, and I don't. You know what? I'm just gonna stop. I'm going to stop. I'm not even like one of those people who's like, ooh, like toxic men. I hate toxic men, first of all. Like in movies, in real life, I don't like them. But Ghostface, I'm just saying. This is so bad. Like, obviously Drew Starkley, like, gorgeous man. Duh. But like, I'm not attracted to Rafe because I hate him. Like, Drew Starkley? Yes. Of course. Rafe? No. He's bad words that I can't say. And, like, it ruins it for me. Like, if I just see, like, a still picture of Rafe, amazing. When he's shutting up, amazing. The minute that man opens his mouth, I hate him. All attraction just disappears. Which is actually kind of crazy, because, like, I grew up, like, a Wattpad girly, you know, so I read a lot of stuff as a child that was like just very toxic, like romance stuff, and but I think it just totally like turned me off from it. Like, I was like, wait, you guys are like weird. Did you guys also get Wattpad at an alarmingly young age? I got Wattpad at 9 years old. Is that a universal experience? I think it's like at least a lot of people have experienced that, but I don't know if it's universal. My older cousin had Wattpad, and she was like, this app is so cool. Oh, like you can write on it, you can write stories, and I was like, I like writing. She was like, it's called Wattpad. And girl, I downloaded that immediately. I was like, I'm gonna write stories. Change the trajectory of my life in that moment. I'm just kidding. But like, also, ooh, fun lore drop. I had a Wattpad at one point where I wrote Dance Moms fanfiction. I have put that on the internet way too many times. I've admitted that on the internet far too many times. And I don't know why. But I think it's just like I have to get it off my chest. Like, it's one of those things, like, I just feel like if someone discovered that about me and I wasn't the one to tell them, that would be so awful. So I'm just getting it off my chest always. I used to write Dance Moms fanfiction. I did that. That's embarrassing. They were successful though. They had like 100,000 reads. They still get like people still read them to this day. I wrote them all when I was about 13, maybe 12 or 13. And I mean, you could not waterboard that username out of me. So don't, because I've had people ask, no. If you were super into Dance Moms fanfiction, you probably read one of mine. But that's all I'm gonna say about that. I can't go any deeper. It's just an odd thing to write fanfiction about, though. It's like Dance Moms. Like, it's a reality show about kids. I was also a kid. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, they were, like, my peers. Like, I mean, not, like, I don't mean my peers in the way of, like, obviously I did not know them. But, like, they were my peers in the way of, like, age. But, like, it is a very odd topic to choose to write fanfiction about. When you really think about it. I was very obsessed with Dance Moms. As a kid, I was really into it. I remember I binge watched all of it on my phone when I was like about 10 years old. Everything that had come out so far, I binge watched every single episode on my phone. I was going through a really tough time too, and that's why the obsession like got so deep. I just lost like my best friend. Like, we were inseparable. She practically lived with me. So I just lost my best friend, and like it was a lot of drama too, especially for like my age that I was. So I got really into Dance Moms, weirdly, and I binge watched all of it on my little like iPhone 4. Then from then on I just watched it religiously like every week, and I had multiple fan pages. Jojo Siwa followed one of them. I met Jojo Siwa at one point. Another crazy lore drop right there. I paid to meet her. I have an original Jojo Bobo that her mom made. Like, that's how like, oh my god, I still have it. Like, her mom made it. Like, she made this huge brand on like the Jojobos, and like I literally have one of the OG original ones. I don't know how I could ever prove that or authenticate that, like if I ever wanted to sell it, but like I have one. And I also have a signed shirt. The story of meeting her was kind of crazy too, because she had like a stalker, and the stalker showed up to the meet and greet, and so the meet and greet got like stopped halfway through, and Jojo got rushed out of the room, and we were all just standing there like, and then she came back in, and they were like, oh yeah, the cops had to come and remove her stalker. Anyway, I was totally convinced to, like, this is why the obsession was unhealthy. I was totally convinced that I could be on Dance Moms. I didn't dance. I took 1 year of dance class, but it was before this obsession, and I had quit dance already, but I was like, I could be on Dance Moms. Just because this is so sad. Oh my god, I wanted friends so badly that I wanted to be on Dance Moms so that I could be friends with the girls, because I wanted friends. That is so sad. Like, I want to go give little Mia a hug. I did get friends, though. I did. I remember at one point they had like an open casting call for Dance Moms, and I was like, Mom, I'm going to audition for Dance Moms. And she was like, girl, it is in California, first of all, and second of all, you don't dance. Like, I love you, but you don't dance. And I was like, I'm gonna practice all summer. She was like, okay. And how are we getting to California? I was like, I don't know. But I very shortly gave up on that. I practiced for 1 day, and I was like, this is hard. Yeah, and then after that, I got really into Riverdale. Crazy jump, right? Like, it went from my Dance Moms obsession that lasted quite a few years straight into Riverdale. I was obsessed with Riverdale. It was deep. Fan pages, the whole 9, I was different, okay, guys? I was different than you other girls. You all liked Bughead. I was a Barchi girl, and I fought for them. I was on Twitter every day in the trenches, fighting for my life for these 2 fictional characters. I was fighting every day. I had like this group of online friends, and it's so crazy because all of us still talk. I mean, like, not regularly anymore, but we still like communicate and like have each other on social media and stuff. But we all met back in like 2017, and we were all like Riverdale fans, and specifically Barchi fans, because we had to stick together, We would like be in these like huge fights on Instagram and Twitter with like the Bughead. And I'm sorry, if you are a person who was not chronically online in 2017 or chronically watching TV, Bughead stands for Betty and Jughead, and Barchi stands for Betty and Archie, like their ship name. We were constantly in these huge like wars with the Bughead fans, and it was wild. It was a wild time. I don't regret it though. It's kind of wild though, like internet friends, because genuinely I have met some of the greatest people that I've ever met in my life through the internet, and they live so far away, and it sucks. Like, my first ever internet friends were from that Riverdale fan page, and the ones I was saying that I still keep in contact with. Even though, like, we don't talk that much anymore, I genuinely love those girls so much. Like, not to get super deep, but like when I was like 13, 14 years old and I had that fan page, I was going through such a weird time in my life. I talked about this in another video. It was like when I really started to struggle with my OCD for the first time, and I thought I was going crazy, and I isolated myself from everyone in real life. So having the three of them was like everything. It was just having those friends to talk to, and genuinely some of like the sweetest, kindest girls that I've ever met. And why am I tearing up? I'm tearing up because it's something to me that's like so beautiful about the internet. There's so much I hate about the internet, but that is something that's so beautiful about it, because I never would have met those people if it wasn't for the internet. But the part about it that sucks so bad is like they all live so far away. One of them lives in Germany, one of them lives in France, and one of them lives in Texas. I don't know if I'll ever meet them in real life, but even if I don't, I'm just so glad that I got to know them. After that, I did meet more internet friends. I'm trying to think of all of them, because there's been quite a few. I met one internet friend back in like 2020 that was like really crazy. I ended up blocking her recently, actually. She would just ask me for money all the time, which was just odd. And she would send me like, no joke, like maybe like 200 video snaps while I was sleeping, and then get mad at me because I wasn't awake to watch them. Like, that was back in like 2020 she would do that. And I was like, girl, calm down. But that was really my only bad experience with an internet friend. And then I had an internet friend that I met through something, but we kind of really bonded over Taylor Swift, and we were really close for a while. We also don't talk anymore. That kind of ended badly. Actually, okay, maybe I've had 2 bad experiences with internet friends. Yes? Right. I met an internet friend recently in like the past like few months who, it's like literally like so insane. We're so alike. I just like, it's one of those things where it's like, oh my god, I'm so thankful for the internet that I got to meet her, but I wish she lived closer. Like, why couldn't we have just met in like the same town? Because we would be inseparable. I know it, but still feel so lucky to get to be friends at the same time. I know that I've had other internet friends over the years, and I'm sorry if I forgot anyone, genuinely, because honestly, I've appreciated like pretty much just anyone who I've like talked to and has been kind and supportive and, you know, whatever. Anyways, we were talking about movies, weren't we? One of the worst movies I saw this year, and I know everyone's gonna agree, is Madame Web, or Madame Web. I always say Madame, but it's Madame Web. That movie was so weird. Like, I usually like movies that people are like, this was such a bad movie. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna love this movie. I was like, what is this movie? It had no plot. It didn't make any sense at all. I don't know what was going on at any point. Don't know what the movie was about. All I know is that like Dakota Johnson was in it, and Sydney Sweeney. And they tried to say that Sydney Sweeney was a 15-year-old girl. I am sorry. Like, she is young. She looks young. But 15, that's a stretch, babe. That's a stretch. And not because, like, I'm not saying she looks old, okay? I'm not saying that at all. It's just she is clearly a grown woman. I actually think I'm going to wrap this video up here because I think I have to film a second video tonight. And I think I have enough energy to do so. So we're going to just end this and then keep filming. If you watched this whole thing, thank you. I appreciate you so much. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe, like, comment. I will see you guys next time. Bye.